good to be on your radio with the program Integrity Watch. Integrity Watch is a 1 hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Wednesday on Truth 96.1 FM. It runs from 11 to 12 noon. It is the primary radio-based communication and information dissemination platform of CENTAL. It is a key advocacy tool that provides essential information around the state of the fight against corruption, national integrity building efforts, as well as promotes the culture of accountability, transparency, integrity, and evidence-based decision-making across all sectors of Liberia. Under CENTAL's National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program, funded by the government and people of Sweden through the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, or SIDA, the radio program serves as an engagement, coordination, and advocacy platform that rallies citizens and other stakeholders' support for the fight against corruption and bad governance. As part of this program, CENTAL has established the Advocacy and Legal Advice Center known as ALAC. The ALAC is an independent platform that enables citizens to freely report and seek redress of corruption and other integrity-related issues within their communities, places of work, and the country at large. There are a team of professionals at ALAC, including lawyers who are ready and willing to respond to whatever complaint you may file. So we encourage our citizens to take advantage of this process to join the fight against corruption by reporting to our Advocacy and Legal Advice Center. The email address to contact our ALAC is alac@cental.org.lr. alac@cental.org.lr is alac@cental.org.lr. The Facebook address is CENTAL ALAC. We have hotline number that you can call, which is 4432. You can call to report issues about corruption. Both Lone Star and Orange GSM can call the number 4432. That's just a short code. It's free of charge. We have walk-in services. Center is located just opposite the John F. Kennedy Medical Center. In Cinco, you can come over to be able to report issues about corruption, and maybe you need access to information. We can help you in that regard. LACC numbers. To call the LACC hotline to report issues about corruption: 0555 395 728 or 4048. The orange number 0776 6000 50. Those are the numbers to contact the LACC. Initially, the 4432 is for CENTAL Advocacy and Legal Advice Center. And the other three numbers we announced are for the LACC. So the short code for the LACC, to contact the LACC to report issues of corruption, is 4048. The Integrity Watch radio program is very civil and informative with zero tolerance on the use of invectives and other denigrating comments. So guests appearing on this platform, they are guided by the rule. So today is March 23rd, 2022, and this edition of the program is playing host to CENTAL's county field officers. So today we'll be highlighting activities of Vanny Freeman. Is assigned in Bomi County. Bon County, we have Jeremiah Moy. Jeremiah is assigned in Bon County. In Rivercess, we have Gabriel Sawa. Gabriel Sawa is assigned in Rivercess. And in Montserrado, we have Towon Jensi. He is the coordinator of the county field officer, and he is a county field officer for Montserrado County. So we're going to be talking to these gentlemen today on the program Integrity Watch. But before we do that, let us go to little things that matter. One of the little things that matter, we want to greet His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia, and say good morning to you, Your Excellency, and good morning to the peace-loving people of Liberia. Your Excellency, again, we have come to ask you and to tell you a few things that we think are very essential to the governance process of our country. Your Excellency, the outbursts of diplomats and partners, especially concerning good governance, with emphasis on transparency and accountability, is concerning. Again, I say that again, the outbursts of diplomats and partners, especially concerning good governance with emphasis on transparency and accountability in your administration is concerning. Your Excellency, in 2019, a letter sent to you by 9 diplomats and partners. They raised issues about misapplication of their monies. And I use the word misapplication because whatever money intended for maybe a donor, whatever money a donor sent to you to buy a phone and you want to redirect that money, you have to go back to that donor and ask that you want to redirect this money because of this reason, for justifiable reason, before they can allow you to go ahead and do it. Anything outside of that is misapplication. That's what happened under your administration. In 2019, when the 9 partners and donors wrote you, informing you about monies belonging to them that were being misapplied by your administration. In 2021, Your Excellency, again, another diplomat raised the issue about the rightness of Monrovia. That was from the European Union, the head of delegation of the European Union. In 2022, again, specifically the US government, the United States government, whether from Dana Banks, from Gregory Meeks, and from the ambassador. All of these are pointing to the issue about transparency and accountability in your government, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, it is unusual for diplomats to go public. Growing up, I was often told that those who handle issues usually out of public glare, they are usually considered as diplomat, or let's handle it diplomatically. It means that we are taking it out of the public glare. So we handle it without people knowing that we have handled this particular matter. That's what it meant when you tell a little man, let's handle it diplomatically. When you tell somebody, say this man is a diplomat, it means that the man or that person handles issue without people knowing, or without people getting too much concerned about it. Extreme raising issues regarding governance, especially transparency and accountability in your administration, Your Excellency, it raises serious concern. But nowadays, our diplomats are being constrained by what we are seeing to speak out on issues about governance and accountability on your administration. Your Excellency, you need to take note of these things. Sectors are being affected, whether it is donor fatigue, whether it is the investment climate, whether it's whatever, all the different sectors are being affected. Donors, whether the local and international NGOs are facing serious problems with donor fatigue, especially in Liberia. Your Excellency, donors are not really giving money out as it used to be before. And there are reasons, because we believe because of issues about surrounding accountability and transparency, especially in your administration. The investment climate, it doesn't seem to be conducive for investors. People are being accused and they're going with impunity, especially people who are close to you, Your Excellency. They are being accused of asking donors for money and they are going with impunity. Your Excellency, it doesn't create good signal for people who want to invest in our country. We need to ensure that the rule of law is robust, the rule of law is strong. It doesn't see any individuals. Your Excellency, you need to do something about the issue about transparency, the issue about accountability under your administration. Whether it is about ensuring that people who are accused, they find their days in court, they are prosecuted, and whether they are found guilty, they be asked to restitute those resources, we need to do that. Whether it is about revitalizing the asset recovery committee, we need to do that. That committee has gone dead. It even died on arrival. They made all of the press conferences. What has happened? Nothing. Your Excellency, we need to be serious about what we say. When we speak to issue, especially as a government, we must be serious about it. We must make sure that we have tangible outcome from those things that we say. Because when the public hear issues coming from the government, especially the presidency, it is a policy statement. So those who are obliged to make sure that those statements are enforced, you need to make sure that they do the rightful things. If it is for any reason that people are not doing the rightful thing, let them be made to do that. Presidency, the next issue we want to talk about is about disaster management in our country. Osman, Your Excellency, Dr. George Manenwia, it is not a good sign for you as a president to be giving donation to when disasters occur. We have institutions established by law to make sure that they go after to manage disaster in our country. If there are disasters taking place in the country, the National Disasters Management Agency, they are responsible for that. If it is an issue about accountability at the Disaster Management Agency, then it is upon you to ensure that they account for public resources that will be entrusted into their care. But if it is for whatever political reason, then it is wrong. That you are spearheading disaster management, it undermines the work of the institutions that you established. It undermines the work of those institutions that we are paying with our money. They've been paid, taxpayers' money, paying those people. You need to do something about it. You are not the one who to manage disasters. You are not the one. You have agency responsible. If it's about accountability, you need to ensure that people are fired when they are caught in doing wrong thing, and they are prosecuted for the wrong thing that they will do. That's the only thing that we can do and make sure that our system works. If we don't make the system to work, it will always be a burden on us. We will always be paying people for work they are not doing. We need to ensure that we add dignity to public service. That's what we're calling for. Let there be dignity to public service. People who are employed in government, let there be tangible things that they will deliver. What are the TORs that they're supposed to do? The code of conduct calls for that. Excellency, thank you ever so much. We want to talk about those things. We'll stop there because we want to give some time to our counter fee officers, whatever. Let's go to the next segment. And under this segment, we want to speak to the lawmakers to make sure that they do the needful thing to pass the documents of instruments, anti-graft instruments that are before them for passage, like the whistleblower and witness protection law and other laws intended to give the LACC prosecutorial power. And there are other laws that are before them. We ask that they do the needful thing to pass those laws so that we can have our institutions, and then make sure that budgetary allocation to these institutions are adequate enough so that they can do their work effectively, not to have them as toothless bulldogs. We have always said that we cannot have these institutions for the name of having them. We need to empower them to do their work. Thank you. Those are things we need to talk about. Now, elections in you, quickly. Madam Chair Lady, or Madam Chair, you need to do something about the NEC building. The National Elections Commission building is dirty. You need to do something about it. There's no biting tongue on that. The building is dirty. The building is getting dilapidated right in front of us. You see that the pin on the wall, the designs are all breaking apart. You need to do something about it. This is nothing about, you're not waiting for people to come and do the work for you. You have departments, and people in those departments are being paid in that particular department, maintenance department, they are being paid. So if they are being paid, and then that's corruption. Because if you are paying people and they are doing the work that is supposed they are being paid for, you are corrupting the system. So you need to make sure that those who are there, you make sure that you fund the institute or the department so that they can pin that building, the NEC building. That's what I'm talking about. The other thing we want to quickly mention is part 5 of the Code of Conduct for Public Officials. The Code of Conduct for Public Officials, part 5 is about political participation. So we're talking about elections. Political participation, that is part 5 of the Code of Conduct for Public Officials. It reads, all officials appointed, part 5 or 1. Part 5, section 1 says, all officials appointed by the President of the Republic of Liberia shall not, A, engage in political activities, canvass or contest for elected offices, B, use government facilities, equipment, or resources in support of partisans or political activities, C, serve on a campaign team of any political party or campaign of any independent candidate. Or of any independent candidate. Sorry. Yeah, then 5.2, wherein any person in the category stated in section 5.1 herein above desires to canvass or contest for an elective office, elective public position, the following shall apply. The following shall apply. A, any minister, deputy minister, director general, managing director general, and superintendent appointed by the president pursuant to Article 56A of the Constitution of the Constitution, and a managing director appointed by a board of directors who desires to contest for public elective office shall resign said post at least 2 years prior to the date of such public elections. I will emphasize this, said 2 years prior to. 2 years prior to. That is the code of conduct. That's why it says 2 years prior to. Anybody appointed by the president or any board of directors to serve public office, if you want to contest an election, elective position, you should resign 2 years prior to. That means last year we should have heard about resignation of people who have desire to contest 2023 elections. Are you hearing that? People should have started resigning since last year, so that we go to elections with the intent that they're going to contest 2023. We're still hearing people passing around, they're holding public offices, they're using public resources, they're using public assets, and they're going about expressing their intent to contest 2023. We are in violation of the law. It is in violation of this code of conduct. This is a law. It is a law. We are in violation of this law. And let's see what it says further. Any other official appointed by the president to hold, who holds a tenure position and desires to contest for public elective office shall resign, serve post 3 years. That is those who have tenure. To resign 3 years prior to the date of such public elections. However, in the case of impeachment, death, resignation, and or disability of an elected official, any official listed above desire of canvassing or contesting to fill such position must resign said position within 30 days following the declaration by the National Elections Commission of vacancy. We will going forward. Like we said, this segment is to sensitize the public about laws regarding our electoral processes. This is a law. The Code of Conduct for Public Officials, it calls for resignation of people who have desire of contesting We will take more time to talk about this in our maybe subsequent broadcasts. We're going to talk about the code of conduct, what it says regarding elections. We will go further into it. And this was contested. Serena Mape contested it, and the Supreme Court ruled that the request by Serena Mape to disregard this law and term it unconstitutional and in violation of the constitutional right of individuals to contest, to freely contest elective position, the Supreme Court ruled and nullified that particular request. So it means that this is the law that we have. It means that it is a law. There is no contrary opinion from the Supreme Court on this particular matter. So it means that it is a law. So all of you contesting or thinking about contesting, you need to resign. If you are not done it before, you need to think about it now. Your Excellency, you need to do something about your people who are thinking about contesting and they are still holding public offices and they are using public assets. We will talk about this more and more. So let's we're going to stop here and we take a break. When we come back, we join our guys in the field. And the first person we're going to be joining this morning is going to be, we're going to go over to Bomi County in Tupperburg, where we have our colleague Vanny Freeman, who is going to be giving us update from Bomi County regarding the implementation of the National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program. Let's take a break. When we come back, we join our colleague. All right, thank you. Thanks for rejoining us. And if you are just joining us, the program you are listening to is called Integrity Watch. It's a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Wednesday on Truth 96.1 FM. And a repeat of this program is on Sunday from 9 to 10 p.m. Like we told you earlier in our introduction, we will be talking to our county field officers, and currently on the line is Vanny Freeman, and Vanny Freeman is in Tupperburg. He's assigned in Tupperburg, Bomi County. So say good morning, Makei. Thank you. All right, thank you so much, Vanny. How is Tupperburg?
Well, Tupperburg is relatively kind. The atmosphere in the city this moment is okay. The expressing of very well of it.
Okay, Vanny, let's go straight over to business. What were the activities that you've been involved with of recent? And yes, let's know those activities first, then we can go to the disaggregation and number of persons. What are the activities?
Of recent, we are very in consideration with our engagement activities conducted among the average, more especially among the Balaswa community in South we visited the Hamoyo community. We had the opportunity to visit the Mando Plantation Central Art. And we were also privileged to engage the CFO Council of Bomi County.
Okay, so let's go to number of persons in the engagements. Let's see how many persons we've engaged so far.
For let me just take it per community.
Yeah.
If we take it per community, then we can do the aggregate later on.
Okay.
So on the holiday March 15th,
we
had the opportunity to engage the Balaswa community. And in our and I interested to know that among the 100 participants, we had 81 were females and 19 were male.
Wow.
And all those participants had the opportunity.
So engaging people with disability, because we know that we place emphasis on the issue about inclusion, social inclusion, and accountability. So are we also engaging people with disabilities, like you talk about the women, which is very good, very encouraging? Are we also considering issues about people with disabilities?
Yeah, we are engaging people with disability. Even in our allied community engagement, we have people from the disabled community that represented the one Bonnie Sherman, the official spokesperson of the disabled community of Southern
Okay.
Also in our engagement.
Okay.
Then we have one Patricia Simon, she was there. She was also part of that engagement.
Okay.
Yesterday in our engagement, we also privileged to have the development superintendent of Bomi in our engagement of Mr. Amos Cooper.
Okay.
We were privileged to have him to sound our integrity plan.
Wow. Okay.
So
what
that
is
has to do with the Balaswa community.
Yes.
So some part of last year we also engaged the Mando School Plantation. Remember now the Mando Wood Plantation is the 7th It's a concessional area, so we were able to see our 5 club engagement. We were able to engage the 12-1, the 12-2, and 11-1 class. And we're able to have about 140 participants. In our 140 participants, we have 100 was still, and the 40 was deep.
Okay.
If you those 140 participants had the opportunity to start our championship.
Wow. Okay. And then what are the next? What was the next committee?
Next community we engaged the Hammer Hill community.
Okay.
And in our within our allies, Hammer Hill community had 40 participants. Out of those 40 participants, 30 were female and 10 were male. And 20 of them sound our interpretive players.
Wow.
So that's also for our last week and week before last year. What the thing with the Balaswa community, we met with the Hammer Hill community, we engaged the Civil Society Council of Bomi, and our CPO and CSO. Then we had an opportunity to give the Mando website.
Wow. Well, Vania, I mean, I'm impressed with the numbers, especially the female participation. So, I mean, it means that the women are really finding interest in discussing issues about corruption and the need for accountability. Am I right?
Yeah, the women are developing the interest because in time past, people only saw corruption that it was for people who were working or who were in top government workplaces. But as we continue to engage with them, explaining to them the issue of corruption, that corruption go as low as the home. So they are developing more interest because they themselves did not know indirectly that some of them were also involved in the corruption. But since we started the awareness involving more women are getting involved and they are getting interested in corruption issues. Let us one of our participants here in Balaswa is that if they are deeply involved in the fight against corruption, it will also help them to even bring out their children out successfully. Because if the children are to come out successfully, they can hold the value of accountability, the value of integrity, the value of transparency. That's the only way they will make it as teachers.
Great, wonderful. Thank you so much, Vani. I think well noted, and thanks for the effort. What's planned for this week and going forward?
Well, this week, like we are already in the middle of the week, so we start our engagement on Monday and Tuesday. So on Monday, President Clay, as you might be aware, Clay is one of the communities that we are engaging
Yeah.
following our program. So with President Clay, in terms of our allies component of our engagement,
Okay.
in that medical engagement, we're privileged to have about 50 participants, 30 bills, 20 bills. And like the various schools are warning now in terms of their semester exams, we're also able to visit the Shimongata Dialect School in Clayton. So for this Wednesday and tomorrow, we had a bit where we are planning to engage with the Veterans Public School, but they are also writing their final exam. So they will get on the school number without having to do the engagement. So we have to continue with like the community with our.
All right. Thank you so much, Vanny. Thanks for the work so far.
Thank you, Mr. Buddha. It was a pleasure having you on the line.
Thank you, and have a good day in Bomi County, specifically Toggenburg.
Thank you, Mr. Buddha.
Okay. All right. He's Vanny Freeman. He's our county field officer in Bomi County. Yes, in Bomi County, and we've been speaking with him, talking about activities that he's engaged with. He has been engaged with recent in the county. So we that's what he was giving us highlight. And then the female participation is getting more interesting. I think females are really concerned about the issue about corruption, and they are really engaging and the process, trying to make sure that they participate fully in the process for accountability, transparency, and integrity at all levels of our country. So the program you are listening to is called Integrity Watch. It's a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Wednesday at Truth 96.1 FM, and is repeated on Sunday from 9 to 10 p.m. So we intend to make sure that we preach the message of accountability, transparency, and take it to all levels. Make sure that everyone is informed about the issue about transparency and accountability in our country. So we are making effort to cross over to our guy in Bond County, but it seems he's not available. So we will go over to Rivercess so that we can get in touch with our colleague Gabriel Sauer. Gabriel Sauer is in Rivercess County. He's a county field officer. And there where he's assigned, and we're going to go over to Gabriel so that we can talk about his activity, what has he been doing of recent, and yes, so yeah, Gabriel, you are on the line already. Okay, we have on the line Gabriel Sauer. Gabriel is our county field officer, and he's in Rivercess County. Specifically, he's stationed in Sestos City, the city of what? Natural beauty. Okay, let me speak to the people of Rivercess. The Moyo, Nebe, Babi, the Moyo. Okay, Gabriel, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great, Sam, and what a pleasure to be on your show this morning. I'm so grateful that I'm on the Integrity Watch radio program this morning from the beautiful city of Sessos.
Call the other name, the city of
city of natural beauty.
Okay, Gabriel. Thank you. How's the family doing? And how's like you said, the city is okay. How's the family? How's the family?
Yeah, everyone's doing well. It's great. We're doing great. In the rural area, you always gotta keep moving around the culture of the people, most especially when you're with them. Mm-hmm. And thank God that we have understood the way things are working, most especially from the positive angle. So we're doing well.
Okay, let's go to activities of recent. What have you been doing of recent?
Well, I think CENTAL, we've been doing a great job, most especially in recent time, in terms of our engagement. In recent time, we are able to, between January and February, we have stepped out the engagement level in terms of how we engaging our people. We used to normally engage up to 250 over 300 people per month, but now we are stepping out a bit since January because we want for everybody to be involved in this process when it comes to the issue of spreading the news of anti-corruption and people reporting corruption, and now people are getting to understand the message from Cesar to Yapatan to Little Liberia. Anywhere, all those four communities, we have the project ongoing. If you visit those four communities to Sultan, you always know that the ELAC, the number that you use to report corruption, the 4432 number, is becoming something that some even the little child that just learn how to talk to them can tell you that the number you use to report corruption is 4432. So they're not just knowing that number, but they know the essence of fighting corruption, what corruption is doing when it comes to how it humbles the growth and development of the society, most especially Rivercess County as being some of the most least developed county in Liberia.
Okay. Excuse me. So, Gabriel, let's go to stats in terms of numbers. Let's know how is it in terms of number of participants. You said you stepped it up to an appreciable number. Let's know what the number, and then maybe if we've done the disaggregation, we can talk about the disaggregation.
Okay, thank you. For the month of February, March is not yet ended, but for the month of February, which were recent, for the month of February, we were able to engage up to 238 people. Like I said, we used to be around 200, but we were started out of it. So we are able to engage about 238 people, and those 238 people, in terms of the aggregate, we'll talk about around the 76 mil, and we'll talk about around 76 mil. Then we'll talk about around, let me see, okay, 76 mil in Pershing. Then we'll talk about around 162 or 76 female, 162 mil. So like around 76 mil and 162 mil or female. So it means that we have to move.
Yeah, let's get the statistics right. You said.
Let me get it clear now.
Yes.
I said for the month of March, February, we were able to engage 238 people.
Yeah, 238.
238.
Yeah.
As part of ELAC and that of the integrated club. So meaning that it's a combination of students and community members.
Okay.
So if you do the aggregate now per million female, we were able to engage around 76 female in 162.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So engagement is that. We encourage people to sign up to the integrated pledge, most especially because if you sign up to the integrated pledge, you are pledged that you want to support the work of CENTAL, you want to support the work of anti-corruption graphics institutions in fighting corruption. You will report corruption, you have engaged in the corruption, you sign up to the integrity pledge. So we're happy that around 64% sign up to the integrity pledge in the month of February. Most of these people came from the communities, so that the community getting involved into signing the integrity pledge. And some of these 64 people were people of stakeholders, many other community leaders, other maybe local government officials, like you talk about commissioner in the district that form part of this particular session we conducted, or we talk about a township commissioner in a particular area where their community that we're conducting session that also form part. So, but what we're trying to do now on these new strategies for March is that we want to disaggregate from the number of people, stakeholders that will sign on to the place, then just including everybody around the community or on our club activities. So we found out that the next time we report into you or we appear on your platform, we'll definitely let you know the amount of people who sign on to the integrated platform from our club, the amount of people who sign on to the integrated platform from ELI or community outreaches and from stakeholders. Because one thing we're doing is that we're engaging stakeholders, so we're encouraging stakeholders also to sign on to the integrated pledge.
Okay, so the integrated pledge, as Gabriel and Vanny have been mentioning, it is a conscientious document. It is not a legal document, but conscientiously you sign up to that pledge to make sure that you live up and report issues about corruption where and whenever it occurs. So that is a document that we ask people to voluntarily sign up to so that we can all commit ourselves to the fight against corruption. Thank you so much, Gabriel. Thanks for the update.
Thank you, Sammy, and I wish you a very great time, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to people Rivercess to know exactly what is happening in terms of the fight against corruption in Rivercess.
Thank you. His voice is Gabriel Sawer. He's the county field officer for the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia, and he is assigned in Rivercess County. So he has been giving us update about activities, what he's been doing, the number of persons reached, and they've been having those engagements in the county. So we now cross over to the coordinator of the county field officers. He's Tawan Jesse. He is the he is the he is the county the coordinator, and he's also the coordinator of the county field officers. So the 6 county field officers, Tawan Jesse coordinates their activities. So he's currently in the field. The noise in the background, it indicates that Tawan is currently in the field in Bomi County, and they are carrying on community outreach in different communities, involving in making sure that we create awareness about the fight against corruption in Liberia. So Tawan, good morning. How are you? How is Bomi?
Yeah, we are okay with that way. So to everything, I guess
Okay, so let's know what's happening in the field first. Let's know what's happening in the field first. Then we'll talk about what you've been doing as a county field officer in assigned in Montserrado County. What's happening in Bomi? What has been happening of recent?
Yeah, so Mr. Soda, thank you for the call, and we appreciate the opportunity to have appeared on the platform this morning. So currently we are conducting community outreach, and we are creating awareness on the whole issue of corruption. And luckily for us, today is a market day in Totota.
Okay.
And Totota is a town in Bomi County.
Okay.
So as we speak, we are currently at the market, and then we are creating a general awareness. The rationale behind it is that we know that corruption affects everybody.
Okay.
And if we are successful with the fight against corruption, it means that everyone has to do God's humble. Especially so that the market is very perfect when it comes to fight against corruption. They are the ones that are in the market every time. They are the ones who trade to one another almost every time. So they need to educate them about fight against corruption so like not people work in this house. They need to have that buy-in when it comes to fight against corruption so like not people work in this house. So for this reason, we are currently in Totota at the Totota market, and then we are creating a general awareness to the market, asking about the fight against corruption. What is that Russia comes to fight against corruption? How they are continue to fight against corruption?
Yeah.
So that's what we are on for now.
Wow. So okay, let me just give the background to the visit of the team creating general awareness. So CENTAL is implementing the National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program that is being implemented in 7 counties, Bomi County being one of the counties. So we want to make sure we've been engaging with communities, but we want to increase the engagement with the people to make sure that people are more aware, people are involved with the fight against corruption. So that is why the team is in the field engaging with marketers. So currently, you heard from Tawan, they are on the market ground in Totota so that they can be able to create awareness about corruption. The marketers, the motorcyclists, all of those who have come to even buy, they all can be part of the process. So Tawan, tell us, give us update about Montserrado. What are the activities you've been involved with as CFO for Montserrado?
Yeah, so for the past time we are there for a lot of activities.
Okay.
Those activities range from conducting community outreach to the outdoor activities.
Mm-hmm.
So the outdoor activities where we visit school campuses, educating students that fight against corruption.
Okay.
Because they are considered as the next future leader.
Mm-hmm.
So we cannot have a next batch of future leader that will be corrupt. So if we have to have a future leader that will be integrity driven, it is not fair enough that we start the issue today at about this time.
Okay.
So from that background, we engage your actors and keeping them against corruption. We expect that corruption has to in society and how they too can contribute in tackling corruption. So for community outreach, we also engage the community together. Owing to the fact that everyone you see in leadership today, everyone you see at the echelon of position today, at the echelon of power, comes from the community. So for that reason, we engage the community together, also creating a awareness about against corruption. We don't just create awareness, but we also get their buy-in, also get their support, we also want to understand. We also want to understand their understanding about corruption. So we don't just want to say we need to tackle corruption, but also get our inputs as the relates to how we can separate for this issue of corruption. And I must say this, right? The responses from those people that we are engaging have actually informed our work. They have helped to make us realize that the need to strengthen the fight against corruption or in Liberia. The need to strengthen the fight against corruption in Liberia is something that has to be done at the moment. There is no need to delay the press, especially so that everyone seems to be affected by the issue of corruption. So they have expressed their willingness to join the press, and they don't just express that verbally. They do that through a commitment to have what we call the integrity pledge. So it is a pledge that will give the participants to sign, requesting them to commit themselves, to recommit themselves to fight against corruption. So once that pledge is signed, it's not a legal document, but once it is signed, it means that you will be doing what is right, even if no one is watching. So these are some of the things that we are being involved with in the country. And in the coming weeks, we'll still continue with these activities.
Okay, meaning the community engagement activities.
The community engagement, the actor engagement, all national activities all national activities that is implemented in the country there.
Great. So thank you so much, Tom, and have a pleasant time engaging with the communities and engaging with stakeholders in Bomi County.
Thank you, Mr. Suda. Thank you, Mr. Suda. I cannot be anywhere appreciate this from what I can do. We appreciate your call. I will see our best and continue the engagement. Thank you.
The Honorable Coordinator. Thank you so much. He's Tom Jesse. He is the County Field Officers Coordinator, and he is the CFO for Montserrado County. So he's currently in Bomi County, and they are increasing awareness in Bomi County amongst the populace about corruption and how all of us can get involved with the fight against corruption, how all of us can join this fight, because we are aware that the fight against corruption will never be possible without all of us getting involved. So it requires us joining the fight against corruption, and we want to take open the lines to take a few calls, and we call it a day. The numbers to call 0771 0771-75162, 0770 0770-175-162, 0770-175-162, 0770-175-162. That's the number, and you can also. Okay, we have a caller on this line. Good morning. Good morning. I think we lost that caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Lumen Whitton, and I call from Grand I'm following your show, Chief.
Mr. Whitton, how are you? I will have you tomorrow.
Oh, that's good.
How is Grand Bassa?
Yeah, Grand Bassa is okay. We have a nice sunshine. And people are just moving on with their normal activities.
Yeah, let's get an input for today. Tomorrow we're going to get an update from you, but let's get an input on the show today.
Yeah, I just want to firstly appreciate CENTAL and you behind the media, the communication aspect. You are doing a great job.
Okay.
This fight, we cannot do it unilaterally. We have to be holistic, because it concerns all of us, and in this country that God has blessed with all the natural resources we can benefit. So we all need to engage in the fight against corruption. We need to move from the news and conversations and inform all our people that they get involved, so that we can make this place a better place for all of us in our children home.
Okay.
So I want to say thank you with the information sharing. I think we are getting there gradually.
Thank you so much. Your points are well noted, Mimi Rita. So we have another caller on the line. Let's take this caller. Oh, sorry. Can you please lower the volume of the radio?
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
Patrick, I know you from Pakistan.
Okay, Patrick. Let's hear you. What's your input?
Thank you. I will thank you. Your analysis on the issue of corruption, on probably the official returning, power to election. You know, the thing will actually help us. The issue of accountability and transparency is if you see what is happening, look at the difficult one. With this program, I think it will help to introduce a new message that people will have to go back so that it will take our country to move forward. If you go now to Baltimore City, you see kind of a resources the program will take you from there and see the condition of that country. You don't think that will be another situation country that will be a different country for people to go and see some of those beautiful buildings, but to do nothing. It's only the issue of corruption. So people are looking at that direction and do their on this program and they will handle it. So I really appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Okay, Patrick, thanks so much. Thanks for your participation. 077-07516 077-017516 077-017516, or you can call 0886-474563. Those are the numbers to call to be live on the program Integrity Watch. It's a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. We have few more minutes to go, so you can call 077 075 077-017516. I don't know why I'm missing the number today. 077 oh my god 077-017516. Those are that's the number, and you can also call 0886-474-563 0886-474563. Those are the numbers to call to be live on the program Integrity Watch. It's a 1-hour radio program. Thanks to the government and people of Sweden for the support through the National Integrity Building Anti-Corruption Program that seeks to empower citizens with relevant pieces of information to demand for and take actions against corruption in Liberia. So we cannot do this alone. It requires all of us joining the fight against corruption. So we've been talking to our county field officers, and they've been giving us updates about activities in the counties, and they've been engaging with communities, with stakeholders, with schools, and with market people. It tells the level at which we are moving. It's like an autopause. We are spreading our tentacles across all sectors. We are not leaving any stone unturned because we are aware that the fight against corruption, it is not an easy fight. We are aware of this. It is not going to take us it's not going to be an easy ride, but it's with time and with the awareness, increased awareness, we're going to get there. People will always argue that it is not possible for us to fight corruption in Liberia. I agree with your point, but there is the fact, with awareness, with the know-how, identification of what it is, the simple things that we do that we don't consider to be corruption, when we identify those things and we look at the impact they've had on our lives, on our country, then we will be able to say, well, yes, I think I can get rid of this one, and I can develop the other form of integrity, and gradually we will get there. The mind is what we want to emancipate. Emancipation starts with the mind, mental emancipation. That's what we want to do. So we want to make sure that we gain the minds. We can do that. We can get there. So the numbers to call 077-0175-162, 077-0175-162. You can just take a few seconds and make a call. Or if not, the program is called Integrity Watch. It's a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Wednesday on Truth 96.1 FM. A repeat of this program is on Sunday from 9 to 10 p.m. So we say thanks to the government and people of Sweden for the support on the program. And if you are following us, you've been following us on our Facebook page on Integrity TV. So Integrity TV is streaming this broadcast live on Facebook. And if let's take this caller to be our last caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Washington Chapel. I come from Foya.
Foya, let's hear you quickly. Washington.
It's a fun thing, but we need to have a law that punish people who will be guilty of corruption.
Washington, we do have. The only thing we don't have is the willpower to make sure that people are prosecuted per the law. We do have strong and wakeful laws to deal with corruption in Liberia.
You are quite correct. We have the law, but the law, they are not implemented as we want them to be.
Okay. So that's what we want to do.
We are so sympathetic. If somebody does wrong, or somebody is convicted of crime, when you want to punish a person, you will hear the community. We need the other person. Let's start with somebody.
Okay.
The other will be afraid.
All right, deterrent.
I want to recommend that the lobby with the Minister of Education, let be in swamp in the religious moral education.
Okay.
Or pamphlet like, and then the lobby with the Minister of Education that can be included.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. The points are well noted. So thank you. The program you've been listening to is called Integrity Watch. It's a 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Wednesday on Truth 96.1. And a repeat of the program comes on Sunday from 9 to 10 p.m. It is a primary radio-based communication and information dissemination platform of CENTAL. We encourage our citizens to report an issue about corruption to our advocacy and legal advice center, ELA, on the numbers 4432. 4432, that's the number you can call to report issues about corruption. If you have any issues you want to report, you want access to information, call 4432. And we all can join the fight against corruption together. You've been following us on Facebook. We say thank you for viewing. And thanks to our colleagues who've been making sure that our visibility goes beyond the studio. Mark Bondao leads the team on that aspect of our broadcast. Jerry Nwandi has been supportive of this broadcast. My name is Sam Zota. I'm the Media and Communications Officer at CENTAL. Join us next week, Wednesday, for the edition of the program. Better still, Sunday, 9 to 10 is a repeat of the program. Goodbye.